Come, Proxy. Fate dictates that I join you at this location. The threads of fate draw both of us to this place, Proxy. Telrendis, once the home of a powerful Telvanni magister named Meln the Mouthless, but now abandoned. From what I could ascertain, no one knows what happened to the wizard of this tower. That has yet to be determined. One of the strands of fate revealed to me converges at this location. More than that, Hermaeus Mora expects us to learn for ourselves. Of the 3 sites, this one requires that I be on hand to assist you. I never said it was more important, just that fate requires both of us here. More than that, we shall need to determine. I do sense a lingering presence, a connection to Apocrypha. Help me investigate this place and Hermaeus Mora will reward you. I wish to survey the tower and its grounds. The threads of fate hang over this place like cobwebs of possibility and consequence. Let us explore the center of the compound and see where those threads take us. The Telvanni are one of the great Dunmer houses. They focus on magic and the arcane arts, and they consider power, ruthlessness, and ambition to be paramount. We must be careful in our dealings with them, for they are nothing if not dangerous. Yes, but I could not learn much. Just that he owns this tower, but has not been seen in some time. The place is considered abandoned. He was a Telvanni Magister, the highest rank in the house, second only to the Archmagister. Telvanni Masters and Magisters avoid undue socializing, fearing threats from all directions. So they appoint agents to represent them, mouths. Meln eschewed the practice, hence they called him Mouthless. I expect his tower to be a fortress. Dusksabers here. Careful, Proxy. These vampire mercenaries opposed us when we searched for the Emerald Glyphic.
That jingle of coins, always a comfort.
The vampire mercenaries. The tower's defenses have them
This
well
one's
occupied.
mine.
The current of fate shall revitalize you.
Master Shelready, the tower's defenses continue to oppose us.
Meln was thorough, I'll give him that. Any word from the tower?
No progress yet. I'll keep you informed.
See that you do, Captain. You there, come forward. You aren't with the Dusksabers.
A Telvanni master. Speak with her, Proxy.
I expected to have Telrendis all to myself today, and you're certainly not one of Captain Zenphas's vampire mercenaries. So, who are you, and why have you come to this tower? Abandoned, yes, but not without its defenses. Telrendis is a dangerous place, Fla. I advise you not to interfere with the Dusksabers, and it seems Meln the Mouthless left Telrendis well protected, as my mercenaries can testify. Oh, the Telvanni Magister who owned this place. He's been missing for decades. The old fool possessed a book that I very much want to add to my library. Scavenge if you will, as long as you understand the book is mine. Now, why are you really here? A capable adventurer might be just what I need. The wards of Telrendis are intended to keep out other Telvanni wizards, myself included. And since my Dusksabers are stymied, I have a proposition for you. Find a way into the tower and breach Meln's defenses so I can recover the book I seek. You can then attend to your business with the gratitude of a Telvanni master. So what do you say? Do we have an agreement? I suggest you begin with the old Telrendis Hall, to the southwest of this camp. Captain Zenfis reports that his Dusksabers are having a difficult time there. If you can succeed where they have so far failed, I will make it worth your while. My business is my own, but if you must know, I recently purchased a shuttered malachite mine there and put it back into operation. I'm not surprised you found some of my correspondence. I regularly exchange letters with the overseer I hired. I instructed my work crew to set up an arcane experiment. Nothing dangerous. If the overseer I hired employed Daedric cultists, it was without my knowledge or consent, and I rarely order my hirelings to commit violence, let alone kill anyone. Are you a spy for one of my rivals? Or perhaps you're really working for one of those tiresome temple ordinators? Regardless, I don't need to explain myself to you. Now either assist me with gaining entry to Telrendis, or leave this place at once. The Dusksabers, they're mercenaries, Fla. Efficient, capable, and rather expensive. But I believe in hiring the very best. No need to worry. They won't bite anyone, unless I pay them to. An appeal to my vanity. How charming and clever. We Telvanni think highly of ourselves and enjoy sharing. I'm an accomplished mage, as you might guess, and I have more than earned the right to wear a master's hood. In fact, I should be a magister. The next rank up in the house, which will allow me to challenge the Archmagister. I expect to be awarded the rank soon enough. Now, don't you have a tower to break into?
That Telvanni bears watching, but the tower remains the crux of our investigation here. Let us find a way
Better
in.
overstocked than under. Let's see what you're made of.
A magical ward seals that door. What happened here, mercenary?
What happened here? The ward killed my comrade. Not easy to do to a Dusksaber. I thought we had little to fear from old tricks and traps. But look what happened to my comrade. Dead as the last swit who stepped out of line across the Dusksabers. Speaking of, Who are you, and what are you doing here? Nalia tried to push through the ward on that door. The note over there suggests that something in this room disarms the trap. Clearly, she guessed wrong. I think this strange lens is part of the puzzle. We found it by the note. Here, you take it. We obviously weren't able to figure it out. I'll be damned if I try to use it again. If Shareni sent you, by all means, be my guest. I'm just going to stand back here.
Lenses such as that can reveal hidden things. Look through it, Proxy. Look for anything glowing. That should be the switch to dispel the ward.
The ward is gone. Master Shalreni must be informed at once.
This is our opportunity. Lead the way, Proxy. This portal should take us to the tower. We have reached the lower level of the tower. There should be more portals to take us higher, Proxy.
Dare enter the Tower of Meln, Magister of the Telvanni? Turn back or be destroyed!
A spirit. Ignore it and keep going, Proxy.
You aid that thief and liar, Shalreni Barrow? Provoke me at your own risk, intruder!
Interesting. The spirit seems aware of Master Shalreni's attempt to access the tower.
As if murdering me wasn't insult enough. Now she sends you to steal my book.
Is this spirit actually Meln the Mouthless? Perhaps he is the thread that led us here.
Prepare to face the fury of Meln the Mouthless, Magister of the Telvanni! Or we could have a nice chat and discuss this like civilized people.
A reasonable request. Speak to the spirit, Proxy.
If there's one thing I learned in death, it's how foolish the living can be. I know all that passes in my home, intruder. I heard your bargain with that so-called Master Shareni Barreau. You have given my murderer access to my tower. Why does a Telvanni do anything? Ambition, power, greed. 20 years ago, I stood in Shareni's path. An obstacle to the higher rank she craved. She requested a meeting. Instead of negotiating, she killed me and tried to steal my prized possession. Oh, just all the contingencies I had in place. With my last breath, I banished her from the tower and set all the wards and defenses. They held perfectly well, until you mucked everything up. She'll have no trouble stealing my black book now. The Tormenting Eye, a tome of forbidden secrets. I see Hermaeus Mora's mark on you and your companion. If you don't know about the black books, she can tell you more. Shareni Barreau is careless in her pursuit of power. She must not possess my book. Two things protect my book. The spell of illegibility I cast upon it, and the fact that without my aid, it will take her time to break the spell on her own. Still, I'd rather she never get her hands on it. Stop her, and I'll find a way to reward you.
The thread becomes clear. Hermaeus Mora sent us to recover the Black Book.
The Black Book is mine. And with this soul gem, I also have this miserable spirit. Meln comes with me.
And I thought this day couldn't get any worse.
I knew a Telvanni master would be formidable. Come, Proxy. We have plans to make. The threads of fate here are tied to three things. Master Shalreni, Meln the Mouthless, and the Black Book. That was the connection to Apocrypha I sensed here. Black books are creations of Hermaeus Mora and his realm. Black books are relics of Apocrypha. Each holds a different secret. Most are kept in the vast libraries of Hermaeus Mora's realm, but he sometimes gifts one to a mortal. In addition to forbidden knowledge, each serves as a portal to Apocrypha. That is a secret the one who knows has not yet shared with me. I can count the number of black books I know about on one hand, and each is unique. Only one copy of each book exists. This is the first I have heard of one titled The Tormenting Eye. We must free Meln the Mouthless from Master Shalreni's grasp and retrieve the Black Book. But to do that, we need more information. Look around, Proxy. If Meln was indeed murdered here, there might be proof of Shalreni's villainy. That letter from Master Shalreni's mouth. That meeting must have been when Meln was murdered. The body of Meln the Mouth, a letter, and a murdered Magister. I know what we must do, Proxy. Meln the Mouthless let down his guard and paid the ultimate price. His body has remained here forgotten and undisturbed for decades because he preferred solitude above all else. Now Master Shalreni has both Meln's spirit and his Black Book. To recover Meln and his Black Book, you must find Master Shalreni, and the letter you discovered explains how to do that. Go to the Assembly of Masters at Old Isra and question Shelreni's mouth, Vabdru. He shall know how to reach her. No, here our paths diverge. I leave Mouth Vabdru and Meln in your hands. While you pursue the spirit, I shall research the Black Book and contemplate the other threads of fate. I must determine how this factors into the threat against Apocrypha. Master Shelreni has trapped Meln's spirit in a soul gem. You must retrieve that gem or destroy it. Go to Old Isra and find Shelreni's aide, Mouth Vabdru. He must have an office in the tower called Telvara. The Telvanni Assembly of Masters meets there. Well, their representatives do. The Masters themselves rarely bother to make an appearance. That is what they have mouths for. You want to go to Telvara. The mouths work out of that tower in Old Isra. The Masters leave day-to-day concerns to their mouths. Their own arcane studies are far more important to them, and they try to avoid direct interaction with their rivals whenever possible. The fate that befell Meln is not an uncommon one. This portal leads outside. You must travel to Old Isra from there. Defenses around Tel Hulin play havoc with portal magic.
Building up a stash? Good thinking.
My master wants you to convey this message to Master Shelreni. The Assembly will not tolerate threats or coercion.
These rumors disturb the other masters. Shelreni must moderate her ambition before the Assembly takes action.
I will relay your concerns to Master Shelreni. Forget what you heard, stranger. Master Shelreni cares not what the other masters think of her, or how difficult she makes things for me. So, what brings you to Telvara, the tower of the Telvanni Mouths? Master Shelreni never comes to Aldisra. Telvanni masters rarely do. I expect she is at her tower Telbaro, but I would be a poor mouth indeed if I let you pester her at home without asking what business you have with her. Ah, Master Shelreni doesn't discuss her work with me. Very well. Take the Telbaro insignia from my office. You'll need it to unlock the wards. Otherwise, you'll never get through the cavern to reach the tower. She takes security quite seriously. My office is through the north door and the insignia is behind my desk. Use it to unlock the wards in the cavern, or you'll never reach the tower. Telbaro is hard to find. Look for the cavern of the tower east of Old Isra. The tower is inside. We tend to the affairs of the Assembly on behalf of the masters we represent. Master Shelreni is far too important to waste her time in matters of house business. All the masters are. So we mouths make sure routine matters never trouble them. A better question is, do I think you are an assassin? Or do I even care? If you aren't, there's no danger. If you are, well, Master Shelreni can protect herself. Beyond that, I'm not sure my master and I are still on the same path.
I always find myself in a better mood after a meal. Been on the lookout for that. Their loss, our gain. Good to get stocked up.
I find the funerary rituals of the Dark Elves fascinating. Before I started my route, I spent some time in Necrom, learning about their traditions. I saw no spirits, but perhaps that's because I have no kin here.
Always worth stocking up. You asked for it. got your back. That's right. Make them pay. That will teach them not to cross us. Skill issue.
Meln is in my power, Torvasad. He'll unlock the Black Book soon enough.
He better, Shelreni. We need the right hidden within the tormenting eye, or else all is for naught.
Tell the princes, I'll uphold my end of the bargain. I expect them to uphold theirs. I have no time for obstinate ghosts. You will give me access to the Black Book when I return, or else.
Over here! Quickly, before Shelreni comes back! I see you were able to follow the clues I left in my tower. But you took your sweet time. I can't defy Shelreni much longer. If we're going to get out of here and keep me from complying with that lying murderer, you must do exactly as I say. My spirit is bound to the soul gem Shareni used to capture me. Disentangling the connection will require more time and expertise than you have. So simply take the gem and leave. Without me, she may never be able to unlock my black book. Shareni took the black book with her, but without my help, she'll have to unriddle it page by page. The labor of days or weeks, not hours. If she can even accomplish it. She's too fond of the easy path to power. It will be her undoing someday. She doesn't need it at all. She's in league with a Dremora, Torvasard, and a pair of Daedric princes. There's apparently a rite contained within the book they want her to cast. In return, they'll give her what she wants. Control of House Telvanni. Can you hear me? With the gem in your possession, I can come and go as I please. Now use that portal and let's go. Yes, this will do nicely. Let's discuss our arrangement, my chariot of flesh and bone. Being dead and incorporeal isn't how I plan to spend eternity. But being with you is 1,000 times better than remaining in Shareni's clutches. and we delayed her plans for my Black Book. Now, tell me about your dealings with Hermaeus Mora. So, end of the world stuff. Well, that's something interesting at least. Obviously, you're going to need the help of a Telvanni Magister. Luckily, you have me. Let me conjure up a small reward for my old vault. A stipend for services rendered. Now, mind you keep my gem on you at all times. I can't help you save the world or advise you on matters of import if I'm not on your person. Unless I manifest, only you can hear me. Oh, and I can lend you certain abilities, such as my ghost sight. It's an improvement on the ocular lens you used in my tower. I created a spell to produce the same effect without any need of a crude focus. Turns out, it works even better now that I'm dead. My Black Book, The Tormenting Eye, contains many secrets. Ghost sight was one of them. With it, I can expand your senses, allow you to see the hidden, the imperceivable, the unseen. I have no doubt it will prove important in the tasks ahead of us. Remember, I was a Telvanni Magister, still am as a matter of fact. One of the most powerful mages in the peninsula. And I've dealt with Hermaeus Mora before, and Shelreni. Don't you think my counsel will be worth listening to? Well, it is. Once, long ago, I was her mentor, but I recognized a darkness in her. And not the usual Telvanni traits. She was reckless, dangerous. I refused to sponsor her advancement beyond the rank of master, and she coveted my Black Book. So, she killed me. Tossed in your pack? I expect you to find a nice silk pouch for my gem at the first opportunity. Now, let's be off. I suppose I ought to figure out how to free myself from this crystal. But I have to say, your rucksack carries me to some interesting places.
We discovered much
You're
here
really going to have
and
to
gained
carry
a
around that
valuable
soul
ally,
gem with the...
even though Master
You can hear
Shelreni
me,
took
can't you?
possession of the Black
Never
Book.
mind.
One more thread of fate to investigate, Proxy. Take this portal.
How can we honor our ancestors
you are the
if
one
the
I
necropolis is closed?
Greetings. My benefactor wishes to speak to you about a matter that could affect the fate of our world. If my benefactor wished to discuss details in the open, why send a messenger? The matter is for your ears only. The Sadrino House in Davon's Watch, between Artisans Row and the Market District. Do not tarry.
Sorry, friend, but the necropolis is closed today. And by order of the abbot, it seems. We've never turned away the families of the dead before, but if the rumors about illness are true, plague isn't something to be treated lightly. When Prelate Forum and his aides arrived, my fellow Keepers of the Dead were plagued with a strange malady. I was away when the disease struck, and I haven't been allowed back inside since. The prelate said the abbot ordered the closure, but... Prelate Forum arrived from the temple, and suddenly my fellow monks fell ill. We were never notified of a visit, and besides, Forum isn't our usual prelate. Never even heard of him. If you can help, I can make sure you're compensated. I think. Fate must have led you here, friend. Prelate Forum arrived aboard the Stormwing. If you can find out where they boarded the ship, it might tell us something. Talk to the portmaster at the harbor, while I deal with any pilgrims that come by. This is the necropolis of Necrom, perhaps the largest and oldest necropolis in all of Morrowind. For thousands of years, families have interred their revered ancestors in these catacombs. It's my honor to serve as one of the Keepers of the Dead. Yes, we're a monastic order.
We keep the crypts in good repair. We help families make funerary arrangements. And we guide those pilgrims who come to visit their ancestors. We never turned anyone away. Until now. I was with Abbot Ilvel when Prelate Forum arrived. I was barely introduced when the abbot sent me to get tea from the market. I'm worried about the abbot. He's always been kind to me. He and the monks raised me after... well, I had no other family. I haven't seen it firsthand. Prelate Forum says the monks are delirious with fever. Now I'm stuck out here, turning pilgrims away, while everyone else is quarantined inside. I think he brought this sickness to the necropolis, yes. Perhaps he picked it up on the voyage to Necrom, although neither he nor his aides appear sick. Wish I could ask Abbot Ilvel about it, but Prelate Forum won't let me inside to see him. Maybe. But if it isn't spreading to the prelate or his aides, is it really that dangerous? I have no idea. The Lord of Secrets? I hope not. I mean, I suppose Hermaeus Mora isn't bad as far as Daedric princes go. He's not part of the House of Troubles, after all. But trafficking with any Daedra is dangerous business. Everyone knows that.
Why am I cursed?
The necropolis is closed? That's never happened before.
We keepers of the dead understand your frustration. I'm sure the abbot will sort things out in no time.
Selling, buying, trading, right here!
It's true. No rest for the weary.
like to see more trees, perhaps, and more shade.
Feels good to stretch my legs.
Where's that lay about Randus? Absent again. Not now, stranger. My assistant never showed up for work today, and I've got my hands full directing cargo bound for both land and sea. Plague. That's not a word to toss around lightly. What proof do you have? Look, illness is a part of life when you work with the dead. I'm surprised the Keepers of the Dead aren't sick more often. Plague can be serious, but I need more than your word to shut down the port or quarantine the city. Sorry, I can't let you wander around unattended on a ship under my watch. And since my assistant Randus never showed up for work today, I have no one available to escort you. Without Port Agent Randus or more substantial proof, I can't help you. No, I wouldn't want that. All right. If you're careful and don't touch anything, you can go aboard and take a look around. But if you find anything to verify your claim, I want you to bring it to me immediately.
What's going on with the Storm Wing? Nobody wants to go near that ship.
Good question. I hear it's full of skeevers, and it arrived with a prelate from the temple.
Interesting. No one's gone near it since the temple priests disembarked. Not even a rat.
Probably cultists of some sort. That's my guess, anyway.
You don't think the ship is haunted, do you? Haunted and cursed.
Is that a key? While locked doors don't bother me, you're still pretty solid. I suggest you grab it.
What's going on with the Storm Wing? Nobody wants to go near that ship.
Good question. I hear it's full of skeevers, and it arrived with a prelate from the temple.
Interesting. No one's gone near it since the temple priests disembarked. Not even a rat.
Probably cultists of some sort. That's my guess, anyway.
You don't think the ship is haunted, do you? Haunted and cursed?
Until we know what's going on, I'm giving that ship a wide berth.
You're back. I was worried maybe you abandoned me. If I have to turn away one more family... Did you learn anything at the Stormwing about a sickness or a plague? And did the temple really send Prelate Forum to the necropolis? An imposter? Let me see what you found. I knew there was something wrong the moment I saw the prelate. Oh, I suppose I should call him Blightcrown. What kind of name is that? And what does a devotee of Pariite want in the necropolis? All sorts of relics and heirlooms are stored in the catacombs with the ancestors. And with Pariite cultists loose inside, Abbot Ilvel and the Keepers are in terrible danger. We need to get into the necropolis. But how? The main door is locked. I don't. Wait! When I wanted to slip out after curfew, I used the cellar that connects to the city's underways. I doubt Blightcrown or his attendants know about it. Meet me in the tunnel behind the necropolis. I think I can get us inside from there. The entrance to the underways is on the west side of the necropolis. You'll find the cellar door in an alcove on your right. I'll post a notice about the closure and join you there. We can't let Pariite's cult rummage through the catacombs. Not a terrible lot. I'm not an expert on Daedric studies or anything. I know he's the Daedric Prince of Pestilence, the Blighted Lord, the Master of Tasks. Some believe he isn't a very important prince, but people get sick all the time. People worship all sorts of things. Pariite's followers see disease as a blessing. They revel in suffering and spreading plagues. Blightcrown's attendants have pox scars. I should have suspected something when I first met them. You did? Prelate Forum, Blightcrown, spoke privately with Abbot Ilvel when he first arrived. His attendants didn't speak at all. I wonder what they could be seeking in the necropolis. What was the hidden kindred doing in Alavelis? Apocrypha? By the ancestors, what does our necropolis have to do with Daedric princes and Oblivion realms? Still, there are all sorts of treasures in the catacombs. I'm not sure if the Keepers even have a complete record of everything down there. I was orphaned at a young age. No other family. Abbot Ilvel took me in and raised me. He's the father I never had. A kind and devout servant of the necropolis, but maybe too trusting. It never occurred to him to question Blightcrown's story. I only have Blightcrown's word about that. I'm not even sure if the abbot and the keepers are really sick. When I returned, the place was already locked tight, and I was ordered to stay at the door and turn pilgrims away. As Prelate Forum, Blightcrown has the authority of the temple. The Necrom Guard would never make a move against a temple prelate or the orders of the abbot. No. We need to get inside and find the abbot ourselves, before it's too late. I'll meet you in the underways. Over here, friend. A rarely used trapdoor. You go first. No one around, just as I hoped. The chapel is through the doorway and up the stairs.
A back door? A young keeper's gateway to all kinds of mischief. There may be more to this curate than I thought.
To the right, friend. The door to the chapel is at the end of the hall.
Always finding room for improvement.
Locked? The chapel is never locked. Can you pick it? If not, Curate Zancon leaves his key on a shelf to the northwest. Those sensors, whatever they're emitting, reeks. Destroy the sensors. They're sickening these keepers.
No, I know nothing of Prior Durdrin's tomb. Leave me be.
They ask so many questions. Please, help the others.
Dane, Abbot Ilvel is in danger. Prelate Farum put one of those foul censers in his chamber.
I don't know anything about a fulcrum. Please.
That's all of them. Let's go check on Abbot Ilvel. Blightcrown is with the abbot? His chambers are to the north when we're done here. The abbot! Destroy that foul censer, friend.
No, Prelate, stop. Fulcrum Obscura. Durdrin's tomb, in the lower catacombs.
Poor Abbot Ilvel. He's delirious. What did he... How insidious. Blightcrown made the Keepers of the Dead sick so he could question them in their fevered state. And also he could find some old relic hidden in the necropolis? Why go to all the trouble? Hermaeus Mora? The Keepers of the Dead have nothing to do with the Lord of Secrets. And I never heard of anything called the Fulcrum Obscura. Wait, how do you know all this? Are you a cultist too? Endanger's Nern? I'm just a minor curate working in the necropolis. Feuds between Daedric princes are beyond me. Still, I want to help. Finding anything in the catacombs will take time. We might be able to catch up with Blightcrown if we hurry. Prior Durdrin founded the necropolis and our order. Abbot Ilvel idolized him. Told me the Prior was obsessed with Necrom's history and had received a special charge from Lord Vivec. There's a key to the catacombs in the desk. Hurry, friend. Take the key from the desk and head to the catacombs. The door is through the chapel and to the north. I'll stay with Abbot Ilvel. Do what I can until he recovers. Just be careful. We know Blightcrown didn't arrive at the necropolis by himself. The door to the catacombs is through the chapel and to the north. Prior Durdrin's tomb is deep inside.
Keep looking. Like crowned mounds, we find the relic.
Better luck next time. Oh, wait.
The Fulcrum of Skira. Wait. Someone approaches Tovasard. Quick, take the relic.
The relic broke. Still, this portion contains the power we need. I leave our guests to you, Blightcrown.
The time to hide is over. Behold Blightcrown, most favored priest of Perryites. I leave you with a blessing from the Prince of Pestilence.
That's what I thought.
When I saw Torvasard at Tel Barrow, he and Shelreni talked about a rite. What are they up to?
You're back. Look, Abbot Ilvel is awake and feeling much better.
Is this the one, Gadain? You saved many lives, friend. Come, talk with me. Young Gadain told me of your mission for the Prince of Fate. A strange and perilous ally. But I thank you for saving the necropolis. We owe you our lives. What happened in the catacombs? Did you find the impostor who called himself Prelate Farum? Interesting. I know Prior Durdrin cavorted with Daedra, but there was no mention of Periite in any of the chronicles. At least I see that you recovered the rest of the relic. I have no idea what they think it can do, or if it even still functions. Oh, hold on to it, of course. Gadain said that fate led you to us. I can only assume it was because of the Fulcrum Obscura. It must have a role in whatever trials you must face to save Nirn. Yes, my young charge told me everything. He does that. Just this. I am in no condition to help you recover the relic. None of the Keepers are. Well, none except Gadain. I will send our young curate with you. Search out these villains, put a stop to their scheme, and recover the Fulcrum Obscura. Gadain, go with this adventurer. Retrieve the stolen piece of Fulcrum Obscura. You need to see more of the world anyway.
Go? But... Yes, Abbot. I'll do it. Friend, I never traveled far from Necrom. Barely left the Telvanni Peninsula, and that was just one trip to Mournhold with Abbot Ilvel. The Abbot has given me a mission, though, and I mean to complete it. Just tell me what to do, and I'll follow your lead. The Necrom Bindery? I thought that place was abandoned. Of course I'll meet you there. Oh, and the Abbot authorized me to give you this. For exposing Blightcrown and saving the necropolis. They got away with part of the relic, but we'll get it back.
Your work here is done, Proxy. Still That dark elf also bears the mark of fate. I shall speak with you momentarily, Curate. We have examined the threads of fate and learned much. Return to the Necrom Bindery and we shall determine our next steps.
Shame to get that curate dragged into all this. He seems young and in over his head.
Of course. Go on, friend. I'll see you soon.
Gadain of Necrom, you tend the archive of corpses.
Never heard it called that before. But yes. Yes, I do. Would you like a tour of the catacombs?
Perhaps later. Hermaeus Mora's proxy returns.
Ah, of course. I'm sure the two of you have much to discuss.
This Altner, Liranil, she seems a few quamma short of a clutch, if you catch my meaning. I've seen it happen to many who dared to peruse the secrets of Apocrypha. As for the young curate, I'd say he's smitten with the lady. Mark my words.
3 labors were set before you, Proxy. Now Vermina, Periite, and Master Shelreni stand revealed as our foes. I have been speaking with Curate Gadain. I find him intriguing. But I wish to hear it from you. What did you find in Necrom Abbey? Just as Gadain told me then. The Fulcrum Obscura, the hidden kindred, are well named, although I understand you prevented them from escaping with the complete relic. Let us move on. What happened after we parted ways at Telrendis? Black books serve as doorways into Apocrypha. A master such as Shelreni Barrow likely has other ways to reach Hermaeus Mora's domain. So why is this particular book so important to her? What did you find in Alavelis? Able to invade Apocrypha unnoticed and break into the realm's master index. Our enemies are bold and capable, it seems. 3 different locations and 3 different schemes. They must be connected, but how? What are Mora's foes trying to do? Ah, I believe I see. The relic must be the key. The secret Vermina's servants sought in Apocrypha is the location of the dream. And the Black Book is needed for the rite they plan. Clever. Someone put them up to this. But who? Ah, yes, Torvasad. Well done, Proxy. Now we have a name for the spider at the center of this web. Key, rite, and dream. These are the threads we must follow to unmask our foe's true goal. I have been conversing with Curate Gadain. I find him interesting. But now we must return to the business at hand. The fates of 2 worlds depend on what we do next, Proxy. Shall we proceed? I admit the particulars of the plan currently elude me. Clearly they believe the relic, this Fulcrum Obscura, and the rite are key to remembering the dream they seek. To stop them, we must learn more about the dream and the secret it holds. We go to Apocrypha. The stacks of Cypher's Midden contain the most extensive collections of tomes and treatises in all the known realms. If answers to our questions exist, we will find them there. Will you continue to aid me in this endeavor? The portal in the room downstairs connects to the endless library of Apocrypha. Once there, head northwest and meet me at Cypher's Midden. Our research begins there. Since Curate Gadain is intent on recovering the relic, he shall accompany us. Where better to hide Oblivion portals than inside a ruined bookshop? This is just one of many studies I utilize across Tamriel. I even have a site in Apocrypha from which I can conduct my research. In Cypher's Midden, to be exact. The Ciphers of the Eye established the site as a headquarters of sorts. These mortals have come to Apocrypha at the invitation of Hermaeus Mora. They maintain and study the many libraries of the realm. It is both a refuge and a place of learning. Daedric cultists that regard themselves as part-time rivals and full-time enemies would only band together under direct orders from their princes. Obviously, their cooperation relates directly to the threat the one who knows has foreseen. The unraveling of reality, Hermaeus Mora called it. All because Vermina, Periite, and Torvasad seek to find a dream, remembered only in Apocrypha. We must ferret out why. Hopefully the knowledge stored in Cypher's Midden will aid our investigation. Curate Gadain, are you certain you wish to accompany us?
Absolutely. The relic is my responsibility. Let me just grab a few essentials. I'll be right back.
Fate provides the aid we need, Proxy.
Got plenty.
We will meet you at Cypher's Hidden.
You've got rub.
Got here as quick as I could.
Something has to happen around here. Anything.
Buying, selling, trading.
Give him a fight.
Our strength wanes, Wanderer. Hear us? Curious. You emanate a familiar pattern, a tone which resonates with ours. Yet you are mortal. Perhaps our sanctum's pain drew you here. Creatures overrun the apogee of the tormenting eye, driven only to devour. Dremnican. Our order, the Remnants, gathers knowledge. These beasts consume it. They breached our wards, burrowing into the apogee. Relics from across Apocrypha are now at risk. We must drive them out. You've arrived to aid us. Why else would the Eyeball place you here now? Be certain. The remnants reward service. A simple task. Recover the relics before the Dremnik can find them. Close the beast's entry portals. Then activate the Apogee's protective wards. Help us. Take this rune. It will draw you to our most powerful relics. As you find Dremnican portals, use the rune to collapse them. Once completed, reset the ward at the peak. Now go, Agent of Fate. Ascend the apogee. We shall await your return. Even in our dwindled state, we hoped our name still held power. Alas, the remnants are the sword and shield of Hermaeus Mora. We stand between his infinite knowledge and those who seek to plunder it. That is, we did once. We ask ourselves that very question. Some broke off due to a lack of faith. As they left, our powers waned. That weakening led to others leaving as well. What caused the initial shift, we cannot say. The apogee is a vault for items of arcane interest. At its center lies the Shrine of the Tormenting Eye, one of Hermaeus Mora's famed black books. It is currently off serving his divine purpose. Once, many considered this place to be impenetrable. Dremnican are pests. They have tested our defenses since the apogee's construction. If one discovered a faded ward or a crack in our dimensional shielding, it would slip in. Others could follow, further widening the breach. The mind who grasps, Lord Hermaeus Mora himself, bestowed these gifts to the remnants. A pact made centuries ago gave us strength in exchange for service. Odd that you'd possess such powers. But even we won't claim to understand our Lord's plans.
We'll teach them not to cross us. You're going to regret this. Let's see what you're made of. Let's make this quick.
Quickly, use the rune's power. Cleanse the locust. Together we can reset the wards. Concentrate! The ritual drained our strength. Join us outside once your task is completed.
My food! I will have my feast!
No surprises there.
You emerge. Come, speak. No need to tell us of your exploits, mortal. We can hear. Though still faint, the hum of knowledge steadies. The threat has passed. Before we conclude, return the relics you secured. We can no longer trust the apogee to protect these items. It weakens and will fall. Your efforts give us time to relocate the secrets within. Take this reward. Your service has concluded. Although the remnants must abandon this place, do not think your efforts a waste. Staunching a wound is the first step toward recovery. Our clan will clear out any invaders still left, then begin transporting the Apogee's wisdom to a new home. The shrine protected our wares. The unified strength of the remnants kept it alive. Perhaps as we waned, so did the protective wards. We may need to concentrate our efforts in one location. Much easier to watch for thieves that way. We assume you refer to the hushed, unfortunate creatures who arrive from your realm. The mortal mind was not meant to hold the blessings of Lord Hormeus Mora. They transform into the beings you saw. A cautionary tale.
Anything good? You are going to regret this. Useful. Hold on to that.
Outworlder, we need you!
Empty.
Mortal?
Empty.
Your corpus, it seems like you are one of us, yet you are not. What are you? Perhaps the Great Eye sent a champion to aid us. Our fortress, the Cenotaph, now swarms with raiders. Vermina's agents, the Dream Carvers, come to take our gifts. How far our clan has fallen to go unrecognized. We are the remnants, swords of Lord Hermaeus Mora. He bestowed a portion of his will upon us in exchange for our defense of Apocrypha. This pact has stood for eons. Until recently, it may be lost. Long ago, we locked the pact in a space named the Crux. If the Dream Carvers breach it, the power our Lord granted us becomes theirs. The remnants are hobbled, a shadow of our former selves. We need help. Purge the invaders, and we shall reward you.
Dream Carvers swarm our fortress. It is theirs now.
While our pact still exists, so do the remnants.
Stop clinging to a dead order. We must accept our fate.
This mortal can change our fate. Stay here, tend to the stricken. We entered unseen. Come! These caves wind through the Cenotaph's lower levels. Many of our defensive measures originate here and extend through the fortress. The Dream Carvers disabled our wards as they invaded. We must reset them. We will find them north of here. They will require both of our efforts to set. You must hold the trigger while we funnel energy into it. Once set, the wards will drive most of the Dream Carvers from the Cenotaph. We may run into Dream Carvers as we search. Do not hesitate to dispatch them with prejudice. Remember, they will reform in oblivion over time. You will not. Let us move north through the tunnels. We will alert you when we find a ward. A time existed when the remnants had no home. We served as wandering knights for our lord. Then, as if flung through the void, this castle landed within Apocrypha. We took this as a gift, and soon occupied it. This Dream Carver spell opens a void in our thoughts. It feels like an erasure.
Never a dull moment.
Come, we can recharge this power node. Our fire trap should ignite now.
Need something?
We may run into dream. A power node. Let us charge it. We hope this one hurts. Here, a
Let's
node
make
of
this
power
quick.
for the traps. Help us recharge it. That covers our exits. Let us talk about next steps. With the traps powered, we should find navigating the cenotaph much easier. They should destroy most of the invaders with ease. However, they won't get them all. We need to determine how close they are to reaching the Remnant Pact. We head to the courtyard. If the Dream Carvers wish to breach the Crux, they must go there to do it. The passage to the east will take us to a balcony. We can assess their progress from there. Such a massive ritual! Destroy the focus! Assets of the ritual may tell us something. Look for clues. Fragments of ritual medium. We can learn from that.
alone. We can't hear them. Too quiet. Please, no. Bring them back. We cannot stand being alone. Dreamcarver magic squirms through our mind. It wants our secrets. It wants inside.
Remnants function as a whole. Why isolate us?
A sample of my vestige for each stone. This unlocks the way.
That is the ritual's core. Her own essence. That creature, Uzanath, she leads these invaders. We know her reputation. Savage and impatient. No wonder she managed to take the cenotaph by force. To use her own vestige as fuel for the ritual presents a massive risk. The walls of the crux cannot break. We connected the locks to the Remnant's mental web. Only we may enter unscathed. Uzanath's ritual siphons Remnant minds. She blends their psychic energy with her own essence. What it means, mortal, is she has crafted a key to the crux. Once she blends enough Remnant minds with her own vestige, she will appear as one of us. The crux will open. The pact will be exposed. We search the grounds, find other ritual foci, and destroy them. Steel yourself. Dreamcarvers roam everywhere. We did not choose our fortress. It arrived when we needed it most. Once, sounds of training and discussion echoed through the halls. As our numbers dwindled, the cenotaph fell quiet. We no longer feel their presence in our mental connection. The Dreamcarvers have learned a way to isolate us, severing us from ourselves. Such a process, it seems, drives us to madness.
Get him!
Another ritual focus. Destroy it! Good. That should weaken the ritual. Destroy the ritual! Sever the... Let us keep searching. You! Our pact with Lord Mora is sacred! Do not dare enter the crux!
Here you are. rats scurrying around to cause trouble. Despite your efforts, I have what I need. Good try, though.
Quick, we need to plan.
No! After everything, we were too slow! They have entered the Crux and can access our pact with Lord Hermaeus Mora! The remnants may actually end.
Perhaps. No one has entered for countless eons. The remnants have keys to the Crux, but we have never needed them. Until now. We need the journal of the first remnant. It will tell us which relics we need to place around the circle to open the door. There is little time. We must go, now. Find the relics! Hurry!
Got your back.
A journal containing the wisdom of the first remnant. That spyglass peers through the void to find new realms.
I wonder, do the hushed still
That key itself is a lock, which another key then opens. Well done. Now we go to the ritual dais. Here, we will guide you through the next steps. Place the relics where I tell you. Once complete, our power shall flow through them. Hurry, our power wanes. We can feel it. We use the gathered relics. Once placed, our power shall bind them together. They will connect to what remains of the remnant's mental web. The resulting mesh will open the Crux. We shall open a door like any other. You will have no problem entering. That said, once inside, we must close the door behind us. Otherwise, we risk a swarm of dream carvers joining us within. Place the relics while we channel our power through them. pierce the void and see our promise held. To form a lock that holds tight the door. To bind us all through ancient wisdom. We opened the way. Enter the crux. The crux. Wait. Our connection. We have gone silent.
It's empty. You, remnant! There's nothing here! Trickery? I shall take your mind.
She is right. It is empty. Except for this. Follow. We must think. What does this mean, mortal? We need your guidance. As far back as we can recall, the remnants believed we directly served Hermaeus Mora. Our connection to him drove us to defend his will. Perhaps that was a lie. The pact was nothing. A shattered plane with a rotting book. Further, where does our power come from? We cannot say. Now, we must decide. Do we tell the remnants of our discovery? It would surely destroy us. Or do we use the victory to reinvigorate the clan? Show that Apocrypha still needs our defense? An excellent point. Our goals do not need to come from some external source. We can reinvest in our purpose on our own. Perhaps others will join out of a desire to gather knowledge, instead of to serve another. We feel more certain than ever about our task. Our clan will gather and discuss how to prioritize. The cenotaph of the remnants will become the sword and shield of Hermaeus Mora once again. It's only through your efforts that we have a chance to rebuild. The remnants will rise again and last for eternity. All thanks to you. This outcome was unexpected. Nonetheless, you earned this. We offer it in gratitude. What comes next feels mysterious. Perhaps the others will have an idea on how to proceed. Until then, you have our gratitude, Outworlder. May we fight alongside each other again in the future. We shall rebuild. Our order may have seemingly collapsed, but perhaps we can rebuild stronger. We will create a more solid foundation. We still believe in serving Hermaeus Mora. The task is still worthwhile. We feel rededicated.
They have emerged, and unharmed. What fate comes for our order, then?
See what we have done. The cenotaph stands. Our order can rekindle its strength. This proves it.
Our gifts return, and we hear our thoughts once more. Perhaps the remnants can still serve.
You could craft something nice with that. Good eye.
Apocrypha. The Oblivion realm of Hermaeus Mora. In life, I came here often.
Have you found any ciphers or strange grimoires in your travels, stranger? There are tomes missing from our collection, and several ciphers as well. If you come across them in your travels, bring them back. I would be grateful. Laxalt is dead? That is unfortunate. She was a promising cipher. I looked forward to many profitable discourses with her, but Apocrypha holds many dangers for mortals. What kind of situation could she have gotten herself into? Why, this is the first volume of the Numinous Grimoire. It's one of the tomes that went missing from our collection. A dangerous book of forbidden knowledge. It destroys the mind of any mortal who reads it. I'd better take that. This is troubling. Laxalt should have known better than to meddle with a numinous grimoire. I must look into this. Thank you for bringing back this book, and the news of Cipher to Laxalt's fate. Here, a reward for your trouble. A strange tale. Why would this mysterious A kill a Cipher who did as they asked? What's behind the promise to read the book together? Well, if you find any other dead ciphers or missing books in your travels, come tell me.